So, something is wrong with my car again. When I started up to go to work today, I was saying, contact your dealer, your engine, oil, engine rotation, I guess tire rotation, all these things, are kind of the problem, and I've never seen something like that before, even when I had to get my engine replaced, which was enough money already. But basically, from my accident, from running into the fire truck, just the body work, it costs about $2,500, and including the tires, the only 2 tires that I had to replace, so that was out of pocket. And then my dad's insurance covered 1,000 of it, so essentially I still had to pay like 1,000 something to 1,200 something at least dollars. And then my engine light was on, and I had to get that checked, and that cost about $3,000. So already nearly $5,000 in the hole, which is lovely. Thankfully my mom is gracious enough to lend me the money, but this is exactly what I want to avoid, especially not going to college. I want to avoid debt, but obviously that doesn't work. When you have a car, it's basically like a child. You just have to take care of it, and it costs a ton of money, and I wouldn't recommend a child have a car if they don't have a lot of backup money, because you never know, especially if it's a used car. If it's a used car, you really never know what is really going to happen to it, especially if it's not the best car, like a Toyota hybrid Prius, apparently. There have been no recalls. Who knows, maybe it's my fault. But essentially, it's really bad, like, when I take my foot off the acceleration pedal, my car kind of shakes, and then stops, but it slows down very dramatically, when I'm driving, and it's enough to be able to tell. I think an outside car would be able to tell that something's not quite right, and obviously I can definitely tell because I know my car, and I know that something's really not right. It's borderline dangerous for me to drive. So I called my dealer, Toyota, and asked for to just drop off my car tomorrow. Even though I work, it's fuck it. I still have a bus pass. I still have some money on it, so I can go. I have enough money to go to work and then go back to the dealership. I won't bother my mom and drop me off or whatever to work, because I figured that they're not going to be done by the time I need to go to work. So I work literally 12 and 5:30, which is in the middle of the day, which I've waited. I waited last time for my car, but usually it takes an hour or something like that to get the diagnostics. It takes 3 hours for them to actually get the work done, especially now that's not an appointment. So it's just all day, I'll do it all day, and especially because I planned on going to Philly Pride, on Sunday, so I really have to get this shit figured out. Even though that may not happen, it may happen, but still, I want to be prepared. And yes, my car, it's not good. I don't feel comfortable to drive it at all in general, especially not on the freaking traveling. So I was just depressed for a second. I was like, fuck this. As if I need this. And then for a split second, I'm just like, fucking God, why did you do this to me? Like, why the fuck did you do this to me now? Like, why? Like, out of all the fucking stresses, the stress of my car is just the worst for me. Because it's like, if this car fucking fails, then I can't do fucking shit. Like, I can call toll or do this and that, but like, it's scary being on the road in general. Nonetheless, having problems driving and then my car stopping and just having accidents, it's just really scary. Which is why I would honestly rather like drive the bus or take the bus everywhere, but I can't because fucking Delaware is not very bus friendly. There's a lot of, to my work, yes, but like if I wanted to go over to like the movies or go to like a friend's house, like it's just not convenient. It take hours because there's not enough bus routes in Newark, Delaware. And I was feeling that, like, fuck you, God. I was feeling that, and then I was like, okay. This is obviously, like, sorry, I'm cursing a lot, but this is how I am, alright? In my mind. Typically not in, like, real life, I don't curse this much, but, like, in my head, I'm definitely like, fuck this shit. But I'm just like, okay, if I'm gonna suffer, which the Bible warns that you're gonna do anyways, no matter what, at least Jesus is with me somehow, some way. He's with me and suffering with me and just dealing with this with me. And I don't know how we're gonna fix it together, but I just thought, okay, I'm not alone, and that's at least calms my burning heart, my burning black charcoal heart for a little bit, for like a minute. And then I thought about my coworker Camille, and she already had a death in her family earlier this year. An aunt of hers, I believe. And then a couple of weeks ago, I believe her nephew was shot and killed. And I found out today he was 16 years old. And is 3 years younger than me, as of right now. And I'm just like, fuck. So I just thought about her in this moment. I just thought, let me text her. And literally texted her, like, Jesus is with you. Like, you know, I was explaining my turmoil why I texted her. I'm like, listen, I'm going through some shit too. Like, I'm really depressed. My car, my this, my that. But I thought about you, and I thought about how, you know, you lost something that money can't buy. And at least my problems, I can buy it off and it'll be fixed for the meantime, but you can't buy fucking people. And it's like, shit. I just had like a rude awakening. Like, I'm just like, fuck, man. And I started bawling while I'm texting this shit. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I have my family, Alyssa. Like, I can text my brother, I can text my dad, I can text my aunt, I can text pretty much anybody who I truly, who's very, very close to me, who I care about. I can tell them that I love them, and they can reply and say, hey, I love you too. And that's just so beautiful. But, you know, that's like a little something that Camille lost. And it's just like, how selfish am I to be complaining about my car? Selfish am I to complain about my fucking car? People are losing their fucking lives. And then it's like, who the hell knows if, you know, he even discovered, who Jesus was. And so, yeah. And I have my Bible with me right now. I just bring it. I didn't bring it. I don't bring it often, but I'm starting to bring it now because I told you guys that I am starting to read more and be more and build a relationship with my Bible. It's just like I'm on Psalm, the book of Psalms, and I'm reading the fifth. Oh my god, it's the ugly cry. I'm on chapter 5 right now, and I'm just reading verse 11. But let all those that put their trust in thee, David talking to God. In other words, let anybody who trusts in God rejoice. Let them ever shout for joy, because thou defendest them. Let them also that love thy name be joyful in thee. For thou, Lord, wilt bless the righteous. For favor wilt thou compass him as with a shield. So, I talked about, in my last video, how, in the 3rd chapter, it talks about, chapter 3, verse 3, but thou art, O Lord, art a shield for me. And that part just really resonated with me. I don't know why, but just thinking about God as a shield, this is very comforting for me, because for me, I'm just so used to venting for myself and just mentally just dealing with shit on my own. And that's most of my battles lie in my mind. I don't physically have a lot of battles necessarily. I mean, my eczema is a physical battle that has thankfully gone away. But nothing, definitely not a threat of being shot. Threats of gang violence is not really a thing where I live. But still, it relates to me because for the longest time, I just always have a problem with feeling attacked. Hashtag attacked. And then, sorry, I just K-pop lingo. I mean, this is fandom lingo in general. But feeling attacked. But I have a history, even when I was very, very young, just being scared of the dark, being scared of demons, being scared of monsters. I always feel insecure at night. That's probably why I turn to porn at night, because I feel very insecure and I need a comfort of some sort, and that's my only comfort. But it's the shield thing being brought up again just reminds me. It's fuck. And it says, if thou wilt thou, okay, with favor wilt thou compass him as with a shield. Okay, so for me, I kind of interpret that as okay, instead of God just being a shield, I also have a shield with me. So it's with me and then it's around me. So it's in It's an interior shield and it's an exterior shield. I still don't feel good that, you know, I'm broke and then, you know, I'm in debt, like for real debt, but I feel not as worse as I did. Not as worse as I did. I'm sorry, it's so gross. I know, like crying and shit, and it's not. It's just gross. I'm sorry. But I feel less terrible, so that's good. I can just calm down a little bit. Okay. So I can honestly say that I'm glad I brought this Bible today. I'm just glad that the Holy Spirit reminded me that God is with me and I'm not alone. And to expect struggles to happen because they're gonna happen. Because there's shit out there that doesn't want me to know God, which ironically makes me even more curious to know about God because it's like you're just hell bent. Like, what's up? What's up? And then part of the battle is just me, just dealing with me and like my ugly thought process, my ugly cycle of, oh, woe is me, like I can't do anything, I'm not anything. Of course shit happened and stuff's going wrong, so the stuff always goes wrong, and I want to end that. I want to just nip that in the bud and just move past that kind of that thought process, because it makes me slowly, it eats away my happiness slowly but surely. And that's what I've learned today. So thank you guys for watching this video.